This is breaking news
in Troop F. I want to thank you all for attending today as we announce that an arrest has been made in the 20-year-old Megan McDonald homicide. Before I begin, I would like to introduce who's standing up here with me. From the McDonald family, Megan's mother, Elizabeth McDonald, Megan's sister, Karen Whalen, Megan's brother-in-law, husband to Karen, James Whalen, Megan's brothers, Sean and Stephen McDonald, along with their family attorney, John Beatty. I want to personally thank the McDonald family for their courage and perseverance over the past 20 years. This has been a long and windy road, but you never gave up hope and are truly inspirational. From the New York State Police, I have New York State Police Troop F Captain of the BCI, Joe Kolick. I have Captain Peter Sorigliano. He's the Zone 2 commander that covers Orange County. I have Investigator Michael Corletta, who is the case agent on this homicide case. From the FBI, Senior Supervisory Resident Agent of the FBI Hudson Valley Safe Streets Task Force, Jose Cherias. From the Orange County Sheriff's Office, the Sheriff himself, Paul Arteta. From the City of Middletown Police, Chief John Awanchu. And also present with us here today are members from the New York City Police Department Detectives Endowment Association. We are glad they are here with us today, and we truly appreciate their support. I want to personally thank these agencies for their extraordinary support in this case over the past 20 years. This was a true team effort. I want to also thank the countless other police agencies around the United States, where there's too many to name, who have assisted us during this long investigation. I also want to express my appreciation and gratitude to the Orange County community who have assisted considerably in this investigation. And lastly, a special thank you to all of you, the media, our allies, who have worked with us as partners over the years and kept this case in the spotlight with the mutual goal of solving the case and bringing closure to Megan's family. A little bit about Megan. At the time of her death, Megan was working as a waitress at the Galleria Mall in the town of Wallkill and was also attending SUNY Orange Community College. She had recently moved into a new apartment and was eager to start her life as a young adult. Megan was an outgoing, generous young woman with a bubbly personality and an infectious smile. Megan was very, very popular, and many people were proud to call her a friend. On March 14th, 2003, family and friends of Megan McDonald were attempting to get in contact with her as her whereabouts was unknown. She was not at her apartment, she was not answering her phone, and she failed to show up for her 12 o'clock shift at the American Cafe in the Galleria Mall. Throughout the course of the day, concern from loved ones led to panic. The following day, March 15th, 2003, Megan's family's worst nightmare became a reality when her lifeless, beaten body was discovered abandoned on a dirt road off of Bowser Road in the town of Wallkill. The official cause of death was determined to be blunt force trauma to her head. Megan's 1991 white Mercury Sable was subsequently located on March 17, 2003 in the Kensington Manor parking lot. A neighbor canvas revealed that her vehicle was observed there on the morning of March 14th, 2003. State police investigators early on had a vision and a foresight to secure, gather, and test certain items of evidence in this investigation. With the utilization of modern technology, that foresight has paid off tremendously. This has been a tremendous team effort. From the day Megan's body was discovered and throughout the years, we have aggressively worked this case and have never given up. Yesterday, the New York State Police obtained an arrest warrant for Edward V. Holly, 42 years old, from the town of Wawayanda, New York, charging him with murder in the second degree. Today, we executed that warrant at the Orange County Jail, where he is currently in custody for unrelated charges. Mr. Holly was transported to Troop F headquarters. He was processed on that warrant, and he is currently being arraigned in the City of Middletown Court. Mr. Holly is a former boyfriend of Megan, and the investigation revealed that Mr. Holly had a strong motive to commit this crime. At the time of the homicide, Mr. Holly was residing at 66 Sandburg Court in the town of Wallkill. At this time, Megan's sister Karen and her husband James would like to address the media.
Thank you for the opportunity to speak today regarding the momentous and gratifying news that an arrest has been made, and the coward who killed our beloved Megan more than 20 years ago is where he belongs, in jail, behind bars. Over the course of 20 years, Megan's family has never given up hope that this day would come, and we want to express our heartfelt gratitude and appreciation to the men and women who have helped make this day a reality. We would like to thank the New York State Police for their enduring 2 decades-long commitment to ensuring that Megan's killer was arrested. Also, the FBI, Orange County Sheriff's Office, and other local law enforcement who have provided their support and expertise. We want to thank Paul DiGiacomo and the NYPD DEA's Association, whose presence we have felt and helped us continue to stand. Knowing that you have stood behind us, helping to push us forward, is something that we have felt daily. My father's brothers and sisters in blue, united with us, have helped give us the strength to continue fighting for Megan. Standing here at Troop F headquarters, it is fitting to extend our public thanks and eternal gratitude to those individuals whose unwavering commitment and support to Megan's case and to our family have made today possible. There are people that we know that have worked tirelessly over the last 20 years. We want to specifically thank Paul DeCordo, Matt Skarkis, John Javahari, Mike Corletta, and Brad Natalizio. These honorable and respectable men truly make a difference, and they make this world a better place. These men gave us hope. With them, it was always a matter of when, not if, this day would come. We have always stood with the police, and we will always stand with them. We thank them for their hard work and dedication from the very bottom of our hearts.
Today, the police gave us an answer that we have been searching for over 20 years. The monster who violently and senselessly took Megan's life now has a name and a face. The person arrested today will never be anything but a coward to our family. We are grateful for the community's sake that he is no longer living among you. But as you look at this coward today, we encourage you to remember and see what this monster was like and capable of 20 years ago. Do not let his current appearance fool you. This is a vile human being, capable of brutally murdering a beautiful, lively, 20-year-old woman, and using every effort to keep his part in this heinous crime a secret for 20 years. For what he did and what he has done, he will forever be both a monster and a coward. To the district attorney, who is not here, we say today, all eyes are now on you. We are all watching. Megan's family, the community, and the media. Justice for Megan does not only mean handcuffs at this point. This monster, this coward, has been able to live free nearly as long as Megan was alive on this earth. Megan's family will continue the fight. We, her family, will shoulder any hardship. We will overcome any obstacles, and we will oppose anyone who stands in the way of achieving justice for our beloved Megan and ensuring that her killer has his freedom taken away from him for as long as possible. We reaffirm our commitment to ensure that anyone who has victimized Megan in life and in death will be held to account. We are Megan's voice, and as you look around here today, you can see that Megan will never be voiceless.
We are here for our sweet Megan. Today, the police have given us the gift of the beginning of the end. For 20 years, we have looked forward to a time where we can celebrate Megan's life and honor her memory without wondering who ended her life and where that monster is. We now have those answers. The monster has a face and a name, and he is in jail where he belongs. While we will never allow her death to define who she was, we will continue to fight for the day when we get our Megan back. And with every fiber of our being, we will work to expose everyone that has chosen to victimize her. We look forward to the day when all of this is behind us. We want to end with a message that has always been our goal, to finally be able to tell the story of the beautiful life she lived and not simply how she died. Thanks to the police, we have the beginning of the end. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Karen and James. At this time, I'm going to ask Captain Joseph Kolick, the BCI captain for Troop F, to come up and add a few comments, and he will also take any questions that you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Major. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming here today. Today's arrest is just the first step in holding Ed Holly accountable for the murder of Megan McDonald. The only thing that we as law enforcement can do to honor Megan is to bring this case to a successful conclusion. This has been the focus of the New York State Police for the last 20 years. This was a very complex investigation for us, and throughout the years, as we put the pieces together, we developed a clearer picture of what occurred on the night of March 13th, 2003, into the early morning hours the following day. It should be noted that the state police and our law enforcement partners brought to bear every available resource to further this case over the last 20 years. Although we've arrested Ed Holly for the murder of Megan McDonald, this is still an active investigation, and we will continue to run down leads. Because this is now a pending criminal matter, there are certain things that we won't be addressing in this setting. The factual basis for this arrest is outlined in our felony complaint, which was filed yesterday in the town of Wallkill Court. With that being said, I can take a few questions at this time. It wasn't one specific piece of evidence or information that brought us to this day. It was the culmination, it was all the pieces over the course of the last 20 years that led us to this day.
How about the divers at Mount Hope? Was there any evidence that was discovered there?
There was items that was recovered during that search detail, but at this time I'm not going to release what exactly was recovered.
What charges was he being
So in early 2020, the City of Middletown Police Department, in conjunction with the FBI and the State Police, initiated a narcotics investigation into Edward Holly for the sales of narcotics. In October of 2021, Edward Holly was arrested on those charges. He was subsequently given probation, and his probation was violated, and he was admitted to the Orange County Jail in late February 2023, and that's what he's currently incarcerated on.
Has Mr. Holly been a suspect this entire time and the evidence?
I'm sorry, I believe somebody over here. Megan and Ed Holly had previously dated, and they had broken up a few days prior to the homicide, and we believe this crime was intimate partner violence. Additionally, Ed Holly owed Megan a substantial sum of money.
Some of the modern technology that you were able to use in recent years that maybe you don't have in 2003.
I'm sorry, I believe you were next over here.
Sir,
Yes.
My question was about the evidence in this case. You had said that the first items that were found in the reservoir, are you able to disclose what they are? And was Mr. Holly always a suspect or person of interest?
So I'll address the reservoir. We received some information which led us to the reservoir, and we followed up on that information with a search of that reservoir with our underwater evidence recovery team, our divers, and they searched that reservoir for a period of 2 weeks in freezing cold conditions in furtherance of this case in hopes of recovering our evidence. That's what I can say. What was the second part of the question?
Mr. Holly, was he always a person of interest?
So Ed Holly was somebody that was interviewed early on in the investigation. During the course of our investigation, we interviewed him on 4 occasions. He was never ruled out during the last 2 decades, and our investigation determined that Ed Holly is the subject that committed this crime.
How come he wasn't arrested then? For 4 interviews, was there not enough evidence, and why wasn't there?
We made our arrest today when we felt it was the appropriate time, and today was the appropriate time for that arrest.
The major did mention, and this is a follow-up really on his question, some technology that helped. I assume it's DNA and maybe others.
So the major touched on, the foresight of those investigators 20 years ago, collecting all kinds of physical evidence at the crime scenes. Throughout the years, there's been tremendous advances in DNA and technology. As those progressions in DNA technology have come about, we've tried to leverage those things and resubmit evidence for further DNA analysis, and that's what we've done in this case.
So the complaint was the DNA hit in 2021 or 2023 when the charges were filed. Is there a reluctance for the DA to reference here to charge the case?
You mentioned 2021. Can you go again with that?
The DNA in the complaint, the DNA hit in the cell
Mhm.
came back in 2021. Yet he wasn't charged until today.
So what I will say, because this is a pending criminal matter, is that Ed Holly's DNA was linked to a crime scene. And because it's pending criminal matter, I'm not going to go into any further details regarding the DNA evidence in this case.
Was there any additional witness testimony in recent years that might have turned this case?
I'm sorry to cut you off. We've conducted hundreds and hundreds of interviews in this case. We've traveled up and down the eastern seaboard running this case down. So we've gone at people multiple times. We've, it's like I said before, it wasn't one single piece that led us today. It was the puzzle altogether.
And can you respond? I mean, he did make a comment coming out here, and I just figured we should have some kind of response, saying that he's being framed. What do you say to that?
I'm not going to speak on Ed Holly's behalf.
The tip received regarding the possible evidence in the reservoir, was that from a community member?
No. That was not a tip. It was information that we received in this case, but it was not a tip that we received from the public.
James said that talking about the DA and how everything they watch the DA. Has the DA been briefed on this? And he's not here. The DA's not here, but I mean, is there?
We communicate with all district attorneys that we work with, and this case was no exception.
What's next piece of rain now? Not the DA.
Well, yeah, so currently Mr. Holly's being arraigned in the City of Middletown Court.
Will he be returned to Orange County Jail now?
Yes, sir.
May we have your name and spelling?
My name is Joseph Kolek, K-O-L-E-K. I'm the Troop F BCI captain. Any further questions? Investigator Corletta, I believe he's at the arraignment. Yeah. Can I help you?
Just wanted to feel like what it was like to put cuffs on.
Well, I can tell you that, this is a long day coming for us, and we're happy to have this day. And if there's no more questions, I just want to thank you, the members of the media, who have been steadfast in reporting on Megan's story and keeping the memory of Megan front and center. This enabled us to receive additional information and assistance with this case, not always from the public, but from other areas that we are eternally grateful for. To Megan's family, I want you to know that over the course of the last 20 years, this investigation has had many different investigators assigned to this case who gave everything they had for Megan. I know personally those investigators fought each day to pursue justice for Megan. Most recently, this investigation has been assigned to Lieutenant Brad Natalizio and Investigator Michael Corletta, and they've done an incredible job getting us to this day. Unfortunately, Lieutenant Natalizio was unable to make it here today, but I did want to acknowledge his unbelievable work and dedication to this case. He's a huge reason why we're here today. As I stated before, this is still an active investigation. Everyone now knows the name of this individual that's been charged with killing Megan McDonald. We'd like anyone who has further information regarding Ed Holly and his activities on the night of the murder and in the days and weeks after the homicide to come forward or call us with any information. Thank you.
Thank you, Captain Kolek. This concludes our press briefing, and once again, I personally want to thank the media over the years for all their help. It's really brought this case in the limelight and helped it move forward to where we are today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Paul Johnson up there and getting here today. He's setting me up here.
This has been breaking news.